Welcome to the video. So indoor cycling versus outdoor cycling in the rain, snow, winter. What do you choose? What's your choice? I want to hear. I've actually been doing some indoor cycling. I'll show you my indoor setup. It is right over here. I've got one of my bikes set up, and this is the old, well, it's not old, but it's the wheel off Wahoo kicker trainer. Really decent. My issue with this setup is, I don't know what it is, but it just seems like I feel like indoor trainers for me promote laziness. I don't want to get out. I use this as an excuse to say, I don't want to ride yet. I don't want to ride today. I'll just ride later on. I have the indoor trainer. I'm good. But I'm telling you, it is so hard to ride inside. I'd much rather be outside. So I'm kind of caught in the middle of a rock and a hard place, I guess you could say, where I know indoor training, indoor cycling on the smart trainer is better for building up your strength and your fitness, but I would rather ride outside. So what I want to do is I want to get this bike off the trainer, and I actually want to set it up more as a winter bike. And this bike is a 2021 Trek Domane, all black, love the colorway, but it is my least exciting bike to ride. It's got some Shimano mechanical Ultegra shifters, no electronic here, very, very relaxed geometry, and just not as exciting compared to some of my other bikes. However, it does have disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes, which are great, and plenty of room for big tires. I've put 40mm tires in this bike, so it can definitely handle tires and fenders, no problem at all. So it might be a really good bad weather, gravel, snow, whatever bike. So without further ado, let's get this bike off the indoor trainer and make it so that I could just pick it up and bring it outside. And the bike just falls over. All right, this is a better camera angle. We have to shift the rear derailleur all the way into the smallest cog. Now, I was riding this bike with my MB 3.4s. Oh, camera's too far away. I was riding with my MB 3.4s on this bike. I think I'm gonna go back to the regular wheels that it came with. These are alloy wheels and are actually pretty decent. And plus, for when it's cold, windy, wet, rainy, dark, I don't think I need to go as fast as I can. The most important thing is to just get out there and have fun. Sounds pretty good. Now I gotta take the front wheel off. Zip tie on that wheel. That's what happens when you have an indoor trainer. You don't use it, you just put stuff all over it, basically. I always have problems with the axle up here. Feels like it's not going in straight. It works without the wheel. Ah, that's the thing. I have to spread the carbon legs of the fork just a bit and it'll go in straight. There we go. Perfektenschlag. And you could see, look at all that clearance. Hold on, fix it for you. Look at all that clearance in there. Tons of clearance in the back. Like I said, 40mm tires, 50-34, 11-34 in the back, hydraulic disc brakes. It's a good bike. It's a good, capable bike. I'm not really so sure I like the way they did these cables. I prefer the cables. I'm old school. I like the cables that just kind of show and make a mess down here. Similar to the TCR or the super old bikes that, you know, now the manufacturers love making the cables all complicated. And these tires are decent too. Now there's one more thing I want to do to this bike, and that is I want to put on a fender. I have a nice rear fender for this bike from SKS. SKS Speed Rocker fenders. These are great. These are great gravel fenders. Put this one in right here. Links to these fenders in the description below. I think they can take a 45mm tire. The thing I like about SKS is you really don't need any tools. They just have these straps. It just goes on nice and easy. But we don't want to go too close to the cassette or the rotor. It's a little high in the back. A lot of space back there, but again, you don't need tools for these fenders, but you can use tools to adjust them. Or I could just adjust them right now, actually. And there's one final piece that goes over here. You can run this piece all the way down here. I don't worry about that. I'm not too concerned with it. Probably don't even need this piece, but it's nice to just have a little bit of, what's it called? A little bit of stability for the fenders. Perfect. All right, back fender is on. The front fender has these weird, the front fender is a lot weirder, but we'll put the front fender on too. This is not as simple. Front's never as simple. The front's a bit more in pain. I don't know how I feel about the front. Front fenders are always more of a pain than the rear fenders, but they do a good job regardless. I could just use this one. This is a simple one. It's small, doesn't give us good coverage, but it's just... Actually, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Simple. I like it. I like it much better. This small one is just much simpler, much more stable, and it still gives a good amount of coverage. There's also another fender I could put right here. Actually, I'm going to put the other fender on too. This fender you might have seen on the bike before. It just kind of sits right here. I'm going to put it on and I'll show you. Behold the final product. You could see SKS mud rocker fender in the back. See how it goes down here. You could put it down here. I would put it all the way down if I didn't have the front derailleur, but I do, so it is what it is. Attachment points there. This is nice and sturdy. And this is not the same set of fenders, but it is an SKS S-board fender, I believe it is. And it has a little bit of clearance on the bottom. Coverage, I should say. But then this one from a brand called... There's the name. I'll link all this stuff in the description. So now you have coverage down here, but you've also got coverage right here. So I'm a big fan of fenders if you're going to be riding your bike in the rain or even if the ground is wet, because it is going to keep your bike nice and dry, keep you clean, and just overall much better. So there she is, Trek Domane SL6. Hefty bike, I'm telling you. This is a heavy bike. This is probably 25 pounds. See if I can find my thing that I weigh the bike with. All right, I found it. We'll go ahead and weigh it. I think this is 25 pounds or 26 pounds. Right onto the... Oop. I hit the wrong button. Let's see. All right, I was a little off. It is... I keep dropping everything, huh? 24.16 pounds. So this is a pretty hefty bike, but keep in mind I do have the Shimano SPD mountain bike pedals on, which add a bit of weight. The fenders probably add about 1/4 of a pound, but most importantly too, in here, if you don't know, the Trek Domane, this comes off and there is a pouch in here, so I do have some spare tubes in there, and I have a multi-tool in there as well. So that's probably adding an extra pound or so, if that. So this bike probably is 22 pounds just the way it is. Oh, and don't forget, the Brooks saddle is adding a lot of weight. These are comfortable saddles, but they are very, very, very heavy. But worth it. Like I said, winter bike, winter training. I'm not racing. I'm just looking to get out there, be comfortable, and just get some miles in, because I'm tired of riding on this thing right here. This thing gets super boring, super fast, and it's tough. It's tough riding in the indoor trainer. Tough for me, at least. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have fun. And as always, I appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you in the next one, probably tomorrow. Bye.